All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are going to take another look at KULR. It did the move that I was wanting, right? I talked about needing a little bit more yesterday. We did creep into the 80s, right? But man, I'm so 50-50 on my thoughts tomorrow. I think it would want a good day, right? Like my initial gut says tomorrow will be green and good, but I think there's a little bit of an earnings sell-off potential, all right? And I think that's going to be my main focus there, all right? Soundhound. Listen to me when I say this, all right? Again, this is just my opinion. I really wish I had better like data to kind of support it, right? But I do not care, and truth be told, I like good offerings, all right? You never hear me talk about float. Share count and float mean absolutely nothing to me in my trading strategy, all right? I have made good money on big floats. I have lost good money on big floats, and vice versa, all right? Little floats, big floats, I've done well, I've done bad. It really doesn't matter to me. What I care about are the details of the offering, all right? Soundhound was a sub $2 stock. If you're gonna tell me we can do an offering and sell shares at 3 plus, let's sell those shares at 3 plus. You get what I'm saying, right? So there's a lot of details, and I'll get into that when we get there, but just the fact that they want to sell shares, I'm not scared of that. I care what they want to sell it at, for sure. All right. So before we go any further, though, and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your valuable time, I am so grateful for it all right? So, KULR. First off, we got a green day, so you know I'm going KULR. I love that little water boy. So before I go further, I give this little disclaimer on certain stocks, and I feel like KULR's becoming that, all right? Listen, I am not here to fall in love with 3, 4, or 5 letters. Those are 4 random jumbled letters to me, okay? That said, I love all the comments. I love all the details. I love all the facts that I'm getting from the viewer comments, right? And I believe very much that battery safety is critical. And I very much believe that the biggest companies in the world will want to partner with someone that has a proven battery safety protocol and proof and testing than spend millions and billions and whatever in R&D and testing and you know, certifications and this or that, right? Now, I firmly believe that. I really do, okay? Now, do I know if KULR is going to be that company and all that? Listen, I obviously don't, right? I have no crystal ball here. They have some amazing connections. I flashed the Blue Origin, the SpaceX thing. They obviously have military contracts. I'll talk about the news today in a second, right? Like the PR is there, and I'm seeing it all, right? But there's still a lot that needs to get proven, right? And I'm loving what I'm seeing, but I'm doing my best to stay as unbiased as I can. And a lot of that will have to do with the earnings conversation we'll have in a second, right? But before we talk earnings, before we get into the technicals here, let's talk about the news that came out today. Listen, it's the same thing I said with yesterday's news. The last 2 days of PR, I don't think was anything new. All right. All they've really been doing is doing a real good job of putting PR in front of some milestones. All right. They made a delivery today of something we already knew they were supposed to deliver. Now, don't get me wrong. They easily could have delayed it. They easily could have not done it right. Like there are so many things that could have gone wrong. So yeah, hey, I will applaud the delivery. Sure. Is it really new news and worth like, you know, celebrating? I don't think so. But hey, whatever brings me enough volume is good, right? Like we did get over the 50-day line, and I'm happy with that, obviously, right? But yeah, yesterday's headline as well with the financial They got some money. It was undisclosed. We have no idea if it was a lot, a little, or just nothing. Right? I mean, I wouldn't say nothing, but they got something, right? But they got a payment of something we already knew that they were going to get paid, right? So I think all that has me thinking this. Look, they're amazing when PR is day after day after day, right? Like multiple times a week, right? Beautifulness. What happens when the PR starts to run out? And or what happens if a bad headline comes, okay? And that's where we're going to start talking about earnings. Listen to me. I do not have a crystal ball. I have absolutely no idea if KULR is going to give good earnings, bad earnings, or neutral earnings, all right? I see a lot of comments saying that they're confident it's going to be good earnings, all right? Some people actually have just kind of even given a little bit of the whys, and I love it. Listen, I love that people are questioning it. I love that people are, like, we are doing nothing more than sharing educated thoughts and opinions, right? And no one's going to insult you for your opinions, but we might question you, right? And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. And hey, we might even disagree, but we're going to do it respectfully, and it's beautiful, right? I don't know. And listen, if you watch my Tilray video, I said the same thing. If I'm covering a blue chip like Nvidia, like Facebook, like whatever, if I'm covering a penny stock like this, if I'm covering something in the middle, earnings always scare me. All right. My simplest example is, look, if you were the strongest person in the world, if no human being was stronger than you would not go to the middle of the forest and fight 25 grizzly bears. All right. They're going to kill you. All right. You might last a little bit longer than another human that's not as strong. But yeah, by the time that seventh one gets in there, you are dead, let alone by the 17th one. Right. So to me, earnings are my 20 grizzly bears. As beautiful as this technical setup is, and I am not here, but this is beautiful. We have gotten above all 5 moving averages. Look, I'm going to talk about the technicals in a second. We haven't really confirmed it beautifully, right? And I'll get to that shortly. But yeah, we're riding the 8, we're riding the 20, we're golden cross. Like volume is just unreal, right? Like there are so many good things I just said. The easiest thing to do is look at Tilray. Tilray, over all the moving averages, moving its way on up, destroying resistances, positive divergence on the MACD, RSI going from down to up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful volume. Earnings brought us back down to right where we started, right? Listen, if KULR has bad earnings, it's gonna come down to 42 cents, all right? We are at 80 right now. I'm calling a 50% drop if it's bad, all right? If it's good, I need to draw another line. If it's good, we're coming here. I'll give you the bottom. Oh, interesting. I didn't see this little candle. I was going to raise it to that. I think that's where I'm going to put it. I do. I think this line is a little more important than that peak. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But I believe, look at that. Hilarious. I see a 50% drop down or a 50% pop up on earnings. I really do. I think we're either going to destroy 2 lines up or we're coming 2 lines down, all right? There is a real chance and listen, I am not here to spread fear. I am not here to tell you I believe we're going on. You're never on this video, on the next video, on my last, you're never going to hear me say buy, hold, or sell, all right? No one cares about your money more than you. Remember that, okay? There is a real shot bad earnings brings us down to like 30 cents, if not even maybe 25. But I think that is a good 42 cent down. I really think 116 if it's up, okay? What's going to make it happen? I don't know. Because I'm telling you, I have seen good headlines, good news, good guidance, red gap down. What? I have seen the dumbest earnings with reverse split announcements or implications, big gap up and green. What? I don't know. I'm telling you, earnings are my grizzly bears. These colorful lines mean absolutely nothing. If it's good, I'm telling you, I don't mind losing the 50% gap up if it happens. Why? I'm not here for pump and dumps. I'm here for sustainability. And I always see earnings follow, like it follows through. If it's good, it ain't going to be one good candle. All right. Same thing with if it's bad, it ain't going to be one bad candle. And to me, I would much rather avoid the avalanche or ride the wave up once it comes. All right. So let me know what you think. The moral of all that did I freeze? Hold on. I got to pause this. Sorry. One sec. Okay, sorry about that. I had to restart. So the moral of everything I was trying to say is this. Listen, a 50%, again, I might be wrong, right? But let's just assume I'm right and even if I'm wrong, let's just say I'm like halfway right? But a 50% up or down gamble is scary for a lot. And again, remember, when I say we, I'm talking about the chart reader Discord, and I can let's just do it, right? Like, I don't need to do it. You guys believe me. You know I'm not here to brag about stuff. We have been in here since actually around 21 cents for some. I want to say under 25 for most. All right. There are other people that actually probably have been riding this for a while and maybe have been making this climb since even the 14s or lower. Let's just use that 25-cent line. We have already gone up more than 3x for a number of people. All right. I can see people banking profits instead of holding and riding that 50% up or down gamble. And maybe that compounds into this earnings sell-off, all right, tomorrow. Because again, earnings are on Friday the 12th, all right? It's going to do a big thing, all right? Friday's always a loser day too, right? So good earnings on this stock, everyone will come here on Friday. That'll take it up, that 2x. If it's bad, Fridays are already bad, and yeah, I think it'll just propel it down. So I talked about the news. I talked about the earnings. Listen, I think tomorrow wants to go to 92 cents. I really do. Red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 red. I will end it with, since we've broken the 200 moving average, that was a good candle. None of these were confirmation. You can't even call this confirmation because it just came behind a doji, right? Those three together do not string a confirmation to me at all, all right? This is a good candle. This makes me think a little bit more. MACD is, RSI is, kind of iffy. It's definitely a high 81, but again, we were just in the 89s for like days on end, right? So I'm still liking the volume. I'm liking the volume growth. Just be careful for an earnings sell-off, all right? Let me know your thought. Let me know if you're holding through earnings and why, right? Like, I'm here. I care less about the money you're holding and the thoughts and the strategies in your head, right? Like, I love sharing it, all right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let's come into SoundHound. Okay. Really quickly, hey, let me just start here. I was gathering my thoughts of where to start. Let's just start here. If you can please subscribe, if you can please share this video, it does wonders for the algorithms, all right? Clearly losing the 50 moving average doesn't make me happy, all right? But I really want to start with the news I saw today, okay? So there were headlines that there are plans to sell some shares, okay? If you've watched my video from day one, if you're watching today for the first time and you're going to keep watching, I hope you do, I never talk about share count. I never talk about float. There is absolutely nothing on this screen that tells me how many shares any of these stocks hold. That applies 1000% the same for my personal, the 1 and the 2, okay? I don't care about share count. So that definitely means if you're going to issue some stocks, if you're going to do an offering, I don't care. And this is how I like to explain. Listen, I'm a swing trader, right? I don't hold things. I hold things for days to weeks, not that much longer, all right? I loved this ride up. Knock on wood, I made a good sell, and we're watching it come down on the sidelines, at least on my end, right? To me, a stock making an offering at the right time, I think this is a good time. Maybe it's not the peak time, but I think this is a good time, and I'll get to that shortly. But a stock making an offering at a right time is a very good thing. It is. Again, it wasn't that long ago. This was a sub 2 stock for a very long time, all right? It wasn't even that long ago. This was a $1 stock, right? Like, I know it was 12 at one point, but let's be honest, that one point didn't last very long. And we've been well under this 450 that we're sitting at for most of the stock's life, all right? So all that in real perspective, if we can sell some shares around 5, around 450, around 4, around 3, let's do it. All right. I really believe that. I do. Because again, it wasn't that long ago, no one wanted this thing at 2. It was some Nvidia news that made things go crazy, and obviously that's kind of fizzling out, right? But yeah, let's take advantage of that as the company by selling some shares. Let's bank some money. Let's put some new green inflow. Let's put some new black in there to get rid of some red and call it a day on the books, right? Like, that's how I see offerings. Listen, the market tends to not. All right, the market tends to immediately react poorly. I generally see red candles after offering news, but I swear that has never changed the opinions I just said. All right, so coming into the technical, let me know what you think about that, by the way, please. I'd love to hear it from the longs perspectives, even the shorts, right? Let me know. But yeah, I like offerings, especially when we're announcing them about 2x higher than where we've been living, right? Like, I'm cool with that. Yeah, would have been better around this 10? Of course it would have. But for real, anything between 5 to 3, come on now. That's where you build this new support. And again, 4 has been a good support for a while. I'm kind of going on a tangent, right? But let me know if you disagree on that. Like I said, offerings are for sure not reverse splits, but I feel like they're like that neglected third cousin that, like, you know, everyone kind of thinks is weird, but actually never was, right? So let's get into the technicals. And hot knife through butter on the 20, right? I've been echoing this for a long time now. The first run up, we just lose the 20, that orange line, like it was nothing. The next run up, we just basically lose it like nothing. We never regain it. On this one, we definitely lost it like hot knife through butter, right? So again, we're not playing roulette here. These 4 random letters, whatever stock we're looking at, it's not a plastic little ball. It remembers, all right? And yeah, until it proves otherwise, man, I cannot trust this orange line on these ups, all right? So we'll discuss that again on the next run, all right? But right, are we freezing again? No, sorry about that. Okay, right now that's scary. Okay, because it came after a doji as well. You hear me say it all the time. The doji is the only candle I care about, and if it's on an important thing like a moving average, the next one should tell the truth. That was a little bit scary. Okay, but again, let's get the offering details. I don't think we're losing 3. I don't. All right. I'm not sure if we're coming down to the 100 moving average. I don't. I think this $4 is going to hold. We're definitely at a single digit RSI, and I know I normally look at this and say to myself, my goodness, we need to come up, but I'm seeing a scary MACD and a horrible, horrible volume, so that single digit makes sense to me, okay? I think this 4 line is going to hold us. I don't know if we're going to get back over 5. I think that's going to be a very, very, very difficult line to get over, all right? I would maybe consider over 5 a potential entry, but even from there, I don't know if we're breaking 640. I think those are going to be some pretty hard lines, all right? And let's be honest, I'm seeing both of them go down. So as they go down, it's going to be even harder and harder to get back over the 8 and the 20, right? Because again, just remember, we made the good runs up. It was hard for a bit. Eventually, we got over, and that's what we're going to be looking for, right? We make a good run. It gets hard for a good while, but then again, right? So we'll be watching this. You know I like covering this one, but immediate technical concerns, 100%. Does the offering make things worse? In my eyes, no. In my eyes, we need the details, and it actually could be a very, very, very strong support, especially if it's really good terms and good pricing, all right? I think that's it. Let me know if I've missed anything. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Oh, I appreciate you all so, so much.